Hello YouTube, it's the TrueMore64 back with another video. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Gadunka from 2007. So here it is, and before I get into the review, let me go over my disclaimer. You may be noticing discolored pieces all over the set. Literally all over. Literally everywhere. Of course I did try to keep it as correctly colored as possible, but anyway, when I was rebuilding these sets for to celebrate the return of Bionicle, I went through all sorts of bins trying to find the pieces, and I just threw them on as I found them. So yeah. Anyway, that's the disclaimer. I have no packaging because it was a box. So yeah. Anyway, on to the review. Let's get into posability. Now, this guy has a lot of posability. Start with the hands. He's got a full ball joint in the arm. Well, the shoulder. Limited in the forearm. Full in the hand at this joint, and full at the claws, which is pretty cool. Now for the legs, it's got a double ball joint at the hip, a friction jointed a limited ball joint with a friction I can't remember what I called these, but like that piece gives it friction. Anyway, I was trying to get that squid back on there, but like this gives it some added friction. So yeah. And then it's got a double ball joint with this friction piece at the foot. So we get into some really good poses there. Although it's supposed to mainly be in like a squatting pose, kind of. Anyway, for the head, it's got a double ball joint at the neck, double ball joint at the head, and he could do that even, and even that. So yeah, I'll just leave that aside because it wants to, and I'll bring that in when I need it. And also, he could open his mouth, and he could be all scary. They even gave him a tongue. Literally, like one of these Paraka feet as a tongue. So yeah. And also for the teeth, they used the pieces that came, well, the spiny parts spiny flexible parts that came with Elec, only in silver. So yeah, Anyway, he's got this massive head. Well, that's pretty much it for his ability. But yeah, he's got this massive head with Bulrock eyes. Unless I believe that's the right color for the eyes. I don't remember, but what? Don't quote me on that if this is the right piece or not. He does use these Hordika arm pieces as shoulders. So yeah, and also he has a pretty much a custom build of the Inika build by using 3 of these Inika torsos for joints. And also he does have include a Metrotorn torso as well. So we get to see the return of that. It's got these big claws, that I said, are posable. You can get them into all sorts of unique ways like that. So yeah. He does include these Hakan add-on armor pieces, only in silver and not Metro Red and Black melded together. So yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at him from the back. So here he is from the back. He's got 2 clips for a squid, and I'll get to that in a minute. And also his torso is a bit gappy in places, and so is this part and that part and there. It's gappy in a lot of places, which isn't too good, of course. So yeah. So yeah. One thing is that I can mention is what is going on in the story. In the where he fits into the story. In the story, he was very tiny, about probably that big compared to him, maybe smaller, maybe that small. He was very tiny, and he went under the mask of life for a shelter, and then he grew into this massive beast. So yeah. Anyway, he does have these these feet in silver that can be used with 2 hand joints. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the squid launcher. Oh wait, actually, you know what, before we get into the squid launcher, he does have a glow in the dark feature in his head. And luckily I could do this because it's nighttime. So you can actually see that pretty good. Right there. he's not glow in the dark in the whole head, but he is glow in the dark. So yeah. Okay, my eyesight's kind of wonky a little bit, but I'll be fine. Anyway, now let's move on to the squid launcher. So how this works is you place your squid in like this, where the eyes are inverted. Place it like so. Oh, and also I do want to note that he does have, well, he comes with 2 squid. Get your fingers in there. Of course, it is kind of hard with the claws. I'm having a tough time with that already. You want to pull this back and let go as quickly as possible. And he came off. Came off again. So yeah, that's how that works. So anyway, got the squid back. So yeah, that is pretty much it for him. Well, for Gadunka. And also, one thing is I'd like to mention is, it was pretty hard to pronounce his name when I was little. At the time when I got this guy, and when I saw him in the magazines, well, the LEGO magazines, when I got those. I don't know why I'm not getting them anyway, well, anymore. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, but, well, first off, I forgot what I was talking about, but I do remember now. The actual way to pronounce his name is Gadunka. I learned that from TTV. Well, the 3 Virtues on that channel. So, yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much it for Gadunka. So, yeah. That is pretty much, well, now let's get into the final thoughts. And now for the final thoughts. I think this is a pretty good set. He may be gappy in some places, but it's still a good figure. Honestly, I mean, he's very big and he's very scary. You know, with the... So yeah, it's got this massive head, which I love, and this very awesome build, too. So, yeah. I do recommend him if you could get him for a good, a good price. One thing is I did pick this set up at the time of release, of course. In fact, all the sets I've been reviewing, I got at the time of their release. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Join me next time when I review Hydraxon from 2007. So stay tuned for that. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys. And also follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys next time. Later.